What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Crank's Fab Shop. Today we got an R32 GTR in the exhaust. That's right, R32 GTR exhaust. Today we've got a Nissan R32 GTR in the shop. Yep, that's right. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I got a 3D printer going on over there. So we have already pulled some stuff out. We've pulled the seats. This had a bolt-in cage. We pulled it out. So, yep, we got that. But what it's really here for is this right here. Getting a titanium exhaust. So I reached out to Brian over at Ticon and ordered some 4-inch as well as some 5-inch titanium. It's the 1.2 millimeter wall thickness, and we've got this 4-inch 12-inch long titanium race muffler, or titanium muffler. So I think it's super lightweight. We also got the TIG Aesthetics purge plugs, and I just went ahead and got the exhaust kit, even though we need the I'm going to need the 3-inch out of that for the downpipe. Then I got this 4.5 to 5. Well, I guess we got a 4-inch, yeah, 4-inch, 3-inch, 3.5-inch, I believe in here. Yeah, there's the 3.5, the 3. We need all that because we're going to be doing a new, we're going to be doing a stainless downpipe. Not on this engine, but we've got Michael's got a different engine that's going to be going in it, different turbo. All of this that you see, even though it looks really nice and is, you know, very well put together, it's all coming out. Yeah, you heard me right. The RB26 is coming out because he's got something really special for this car. I believe he's actually already got it in, but that's for a different time. Today, all we're doing is the exhaust.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
We're not doing the downpipe yet because we got to get the new engine in, the new turbo kit, all that kind of stuff. We're going to do a stainless downpipe. We're going to do a titanium exhaust. So right now, we're going to be taking the titanium exhaust, basically where we're going to meet it with the downpipe. The current downpipe that's on it is a little weird in how they've made it. So we're not going to go to that. We're just going to go to where we're going to put the downpipe whenever we put the new engine, turbo kit, all that stuff in. And later on, we'll match the downpipe up to the exhaust and modify it as needed. So yeah, but check this stuff out. Got our titanium hangers, these little mounts here, so I think I can, you know, do some stuff with that. We got the 6-inch muffler clamp, got a V-band, couple different. Hey, look at this stuff. This stuff is packaged so nice. Let's see if I can get that out of there. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, look at that. That's a female there. Don't worry about the 3 boxes. You'll see what we got going on with that later. I do have an idea I haven't told Michael about yet. As well as this 4 to 5-inch reducer transition there. So I'm going to lift the car up. We're going to get an idea of where this exhaust is going to go and start doing some measurements and some calculations to see what kind of pie cuts we want to do. I have been working on trying to make a, I guess a jig or a holder for the titanium to go into the bandsaw, just so we don't mar that up. And I've got just a cheap printer. I need to buy a new 3D printer. If you have any recommendations for a good 3D printer that I can do like high quality parts with, it's pretty quick, easy to use. Well, it quick and makes good products, and I'll show you what I'm working with. Yeah, so like I said, I just got a cheap one. I bought this off of a buddy at work that was selling it for, I think I gave him like $100 for this thing. So as you can see, we ran out of filament halfway through our print, but I'm about to run out again. And this thing just, you know, it fails on me quite a bit. So there's one that that failed halfway through, or a little over halfway, but still. I may still be able to use it to just, I want to run out of filament on this one too. I would be lying to you if I told you I didn't try to do the CAD for this 3D print, this one, because I did. And I'll have to go back and look at my measurements because that's a lot thicker than I feel like I needed. We won't fit in the vise. So we're probably gonna go back, modify that. We won't fit in the vise. I'm gonna order some more filament and try to print it out to actually get like a good jig. But we'll see if this works, you know, just to cut the stuff, because we need to get this stuff cut. So as you can see here, this is what we're sort of going for. Just something to hold this titanium good in the vise and not, you know, get all squished up and marred up. But it's supposed to go all the way around it pretty close. As you can see, yeah. Well, one piece would go like halfway, the other piece would go the other half, and it's not doing that. So I may try it, but this stuff is expensive, so I really don't want to mess anything up and waste any of the titanium, because we ordered 3 4-foot sticks, and we're gonna need probably close to all of that. Not quite all, but pretty close. Just where they came out with this downpipe is sort of weird. I'm not exactly sure why they did it this way. As you can see, I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the thought process was or why they did it. So, but I'm thinking we're gonna come with a little more of an angle rather than coming straight down like they did. And you know, like I said, we'll have to get everything in here to really know what we're gonna do. But the plan ultimately is to come down sort of centered right here at an angle following the floor, and then coming out right about here. So I'm gonna take this titanium that we've got and run it. Well, I think I'll have to move the downpipe a little bit maybe, but we'll probably have to go straight touching that, because I'm gonna come right along here, sort of centered up between this, and I think it's gonna go about right there. So we're gonna come back to here, then we're gonna kick it, then go straight, or you know, angle it there, put us we'll come back through here, then we're gonna kick it out a little bit with a pie cut, then we're gonna pie it back, come back at a little bit of an angle through here, come right here, then we're gonna bend it back around through here, and then straight out. They have cut the bumper already, or the bumper cover. I do need to see, before I get too far along, if we want to leave that, or if we want to put like one of those carbon fiber like heat shield muffler exhaust tip thingies there and come down a little lower. Not sure exactly what he wants to do, but yeah, that's cut up pretty far. So I'll have to reach out to the customer, Michael, to see what he wants to do there. He may want to just leave it like that and tuck it up in there to keep it tucked up, but like I said, we'll let him decide that, and if not, we'll get him one of those pieces ordered that goes here or something. So yeah, let's grab some tubing, start marking some stuff up, and just seeing what we're looking like here. Also, here's the exhaust that we pulled out, and as you can see, it's definitely getting a big upgrade. I believe that's got a V-band on it, maybe not. But anyway, we'll pull that off real quick and get it out of the way. So, see you in a second. So we've got our downpipe off, as you can see here, and oh man, it's got something gross on it. Got my finger nasty, and something's nasty on it. But anyway, we're gonna have to take a break for this for a few days because I ran out of filament, and yeah, we went through quite a bit. And I really need to get these so we can cut this titanium. We really want our fixture or jig or whatever you want to call it to cut this titanium, because if not, The stuff is, I don't want to touch it with this nasty hand. Here, we'll switch. Hold my phone with the nasty hand. You know, this is pretty thin stuff, right? So, as you can see there, I did opt for the 1.2 mil rather than the 1 mil, but still, it's, you know, we don't want to be trying to squeeze that in the vise or the clamp on the bandsaw, and we want to be able to hold that good and secure. That's where the fixture jig comes in, so that doesn't spin and causes a bunch of issues, a bunch of headache. Actually, let me see, I'll drop a video in here. And as you can see from that video, that's not good. We don't want that. This titanium is way too expensive to be, you know, messing up, because we're trying to cut it without a fixture or anything. So I did go to my buddy's shop. We're gonna be using his bandsaw because my bandsaw is cheap and junk and won't cut straight. It only cuts gas. Anyway, it won't cut straight, and I'm gonna go use a buddy of mine's got an LS, so we're gonna use it.
You sure about that?
But I need the fixtures. So until my filament was supposed to be in today, I ordered it. It was like a 1 day, and now it's saying it's gonna be Saturday. It'll be like 4 days instead of 1. Like, what the heck, man? Like, I got it because it was gonna be here the next day, and now it's not. And yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's. I did get an order for some. Not really for sure. I'm really not sure what they are. It's some type of shelving for a Sprinter van, conversion van type deal that a guy that I know, a customer of mine, does and makes. So he ordered a set of those, so we're gonna get those cut. So here's a quick video of them getting cut. All right, so we got that cut, everything cleaned up. Just got to meet with the customer for that. And while we're waiting on our filament to come in so we can make these fixtures for the R32, I guess I will do a little of my own work, right? That's sort of the plan. I got a couple things I'm wanting to do to the shop whenever we have, I guess, more time to focus on that and we're not having to try to get customer stuff out of here, or that we have customer stuff in here, because as you can see, we've got customer stuff sort of, you know, everywhere on top of the Beetle. Oh gosh. But yeah, so while we're waiting to get that knocked out, we're going to work on our 63, because I've got roughly a month to get this thing on the road. And really, as long as, you know, as long as I you know, just put my head down and work on this thing, this shouldn't be an issue. I did pick up a new transmission for Herbert. So we got us a 8 HP 70. There's the torque converter for it. But I did pick up that 8 HP 70 out of a Dodge SRT Charger, I believe it was. Less than 100,000 miles. Supposed to be, you know, pretty low mileage on this thing. There is an issue with one of the, I guess it's the input shafts. They went to put in a different converter, and I don't know that they had all the splines lined up. Tried to force it on is what it looks like. And so there's a little bit of a burr around the splines on one of the input shafts. So I'm going to just try to sort of polish that, you know, massage that out a little bit and see if we can't get this converter to go back on there, and yeah, start getting stuff for Herbert's 8 HP 70 swap. I'm not sure exactly when I'll be able to do that, because I almost want to buy a Gen 4 engine for that, and that way whenever I do the adapter and all that stuff, because right now, in order to get an adapter, I would have to buy the one for the long crank LS, which is what is in Herbert. It's a early model LQ4. I would much rather put a later Gen 3 in, or just get a Gen 4. Really like something, you know, a little bigger, and like a cubic inch that starts with the 4 rather than a 3, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe, you know, maybe Texas Speed. If you're seeing this, anybody from Texas Speed, hit me up if you want to get a Texas Speed engine in Herbert. I mean, who wouldn't want the opportunity to be able to put their engine in Herbert? I mean, that is, whenever you think of a fine automobile, I think of Herbert. I mean, well, we just gotta go outside and look at this fella for just a second. Just in case you haven't seen the videos of Herbert, which, I mean, what are you even doing with your life if that's the case? Oh, gosh, dang, look at him. Would you just look at it?
Oh, where is he? I'd like to look at him. Yeah, went over and tried.
You know he's got that free Wi-Fi. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, Herbert needs a Texas Speed. Herbert needs a Texas Speed 427. That's what he needs. Drop a comment below if you agree with me that Herbert there needs a Texas Speed 427. Or just any Texas Speed engine, because we are going to do a turbo or two. Thanks for watching. God bless. We'll see you later.